Hi guys, welcome to episode number 2 of Kibs Fibs. Now, last week I basically just asked for a load of questions, and I really wasn't expecting it, but I got 9 questions, which was far more than I was expecting. So, thanks everyone for that. That's fantastic. So, should I explain the premise? I may as well. The premise is that I will be answering questions, and one of these will be a lie. Now, the answer to that will be coming next week, for the one that I lied to, and it's just a little bit for people to try and guess which one was a lie. There's a tricky one in here that could be the problem. If I keep looking down, it's actually because I got the questions on my phone. So, okay. So first off, we may as well start. Blizz has asked, how long have you been playing 40k? That's a difficult question because I'm not technically playing 40k anymore. Even though I'm making orc models, they're actually for Gorka Morka. Now, I have played 40k. I played it when I was around about 11, 12, until probably for about 3 years, 4 years, and then stopped as I found girls and beer, and then I went to university. And it's actually only since sort of getting married that I've had the freedom and the money, and also I was reintroduced it by my friends from back home. I sort of got in touch back again with my friends from back home when they got back into painting the models, and then one thing led to another, and we were playing 40k again. And that was, I want to say, 3 years ago, maybe 3 or 4 years ago. And so we played it for a few years, and then I had kids and didn't have time for 40k anymore. And so I started looking into board games and skirmish games, and I had a play with Infinity and some other games, and I've settled now on playing sort of skirmish games on the whole, which is basically what Gorka Morka is. You don't have to do much by way of painting an army up, and you can get games out nice and quick, sort of half an hour to an hour. You got a game, and you could just play lots. That's much more rewarding to me than playing sort of a 3-hour 40k game and it going wrong. There's nothing worse than sort of setting aside a day, going to play, and then everything just goes completely tits up on turn 1, and you've got 4 more turns and about 2 hours of play before it's over. It can be quite demoralising, and if I don't know, it just puts me into the wrong frame set of mind, or mindset even. Frame of mind, that's the term. Right, got there eventually. So I hope that's answered your question. Okay, so Kirishiki has asked, if Sunday is a mundane day, what does it make the rest of the days? Now, I use the word mundane, which actually means dull. Not so much mundane. What I meant is that there's a lot of free time on a Sunday, especially for me. There is on the Saturday, but we tend to do more on the Saturday. So Sunday is a good day to do the videos because I just have more time on my hands. Simple as that, really. Okay, so Ian E asked, why is there no mouse-flavoured cat food? Well, I did a little bit of looking into this, and basically, cats don't eat mice. Okay, so next we've got Kuranguliscus. He said, do you have any other hobbies? I've had to write these down because I'm bound to miss one out. Right, so as I mentioned, we've got board games. I play a lot of board games. We've got a board game night on a Monday at work. When I can, sort of kids permitting, I like to go to that. I was actually the person who started it all. I bought Zombicide, and we played it at work a few times, and it just spiraled out of control from there. Everybody's buying board games. Everybody's turning up for these things. It's absolutely mental. This is that. PC games. Always play PC games. I go through waves of modding PCs and not, and sort of upgrading my PC depending on whether I've got money or if there's a game that's sort of taken my fancy. The current PC is actually in a sort of flight case, so a sort of aluminium flight case with sort of holes in the side for fans and all the power cables and things. RPGs. So when I was at uni, I played a lot of Dungeons and Dragons with a great set of guys and gals up there, and in the past year or two I've actually been doing a lot of RPGs online. Not many face to face, but a lot using the Roll20 tools and that sort of thing, which is also hooked into Google Hangouts now. You can actually install it as a little app and and roll dice and things just in a normal Hangouts session, which is great. And there's also an Edge of the Empires dice add-on as well, so you can roll the Edge of the Empires dice, which have got all sorts of weird symbols on them. Fantasy Flight Games feel the need to have extra crap you have to buy, like special dice. Winds me up, but hey, if you can get it for free as a sort of plug-in to Hangouts, then that's fine. Perfectly fine. Okay. What else was there? Oh, and then there's website development. So every now and again I get into website development, and I know PHP, not to a sort of standard where I could get employment from it, but enough to make a working website with databases and all sorts of funky functions going on. I've actually made my own content management system, which is basically, if you imagine WordPress, but something I've made myself, where you can basically post on it and upload images and all that sort of stuff. Something I've done through the years since leaving uni really is just dabbling a little bit in website development. Not the design. I'm crap at design, absolutely awful. But putting functions in, fairly good at that. Okay, Idiot Beer has said, if you were a Jedi, what colour lightsaber would you have? Right. For this one, now a little bit looking into this, I'm more of a sort of Trek head than I am into Star Wars. I enjoy both, and I'll watch a Star Wars film, and I'll definitely be watching the new one. But I don't know, something about Star Trek has always sat well with me. Probably sort of being more rooted in hard science fiction rather than a bit of fantasy. Anyway, I looked into it and found purple. Now, purple has got a level of ambiguity to it, so it's not blue and it's not red. And I was just thinking back to all the RPGs that I've been in, and the characters I've had, and they've always had a very moral ambiguity about them. So, purple is the colour I've chosen. Okay, Dr. Deathmonger. Do you own stock in a plasticard company? If not, why? I do actually own stock in a plasticard company. I'm not going to say which one, because it's I don't tend to say products of things that I use, but yes, I do. Mini Warzone has asked, what aspect of the hobby do I enjoy most? Collecting, painting, playing, making videos, other. So, for this one, those of you who've watched my videos for a long time will know I'm colourblind, and I'm really apprehensive against painting new paint schemes. Once I've sort of made a paint scheme, and I'm happy with it, and I've run it past the missus and my friends, and they've confirmed that it's actually the right colours, the sort of look I was going for, I'll rinse and repeat those colours, whether it be on vehicles or on models, through the whole army. But painting new stuff is a real apprehension of mine. So what I really enjoy is making stuff. So whether it be scenery, people have seen a lot of my industrial scenery and my infinity scenery and all that sort of stuff, and now the Orc Fort as well, and making vehicles as well. Now actually I've not made a vehicle since I was into Gorka Morka when it was actually out properly, which was back in like '99, I think. I've not made and customized a vehicle this highly as the big rig. So really, it's the making of the stuff and sort of scratch building stuff that really keeps me interested. And of course, making these videos and getting everybody's nice words back. Tabletop Banter has asked, what, as a successful YouTuber, would you say is your proudest moment? Right. That comment, probably. Successful YouTuber. I think the reason I've got so many subscribers, you'll find, Tabletop Banter, is that I've been doing it for so long. They sort of trickle in over time. I don't think anybody would have the modesty, unless they were like living off it, to call themselves a successful YouTuber. But there's been a couple of moments. I'd like to say it was getting my first 100 subscribers, or getting mentioned on other people's channels like Idiot Beer, and getting Ian Waswire, who's the guy who makes amazing Orc vehicles, to basically say that's a fantastic crane, and I made the crane for the Orc truck, and he's basically using it on his new big project. I mean, those were all really proud moments, but probably the most proud was when I was able to read out the letter to Lillian. That video was really, really hard, and it took several attempts to get it sort of legible, because the first couple of times you wouldn't have understand a bloody word I was saying through the through the emotion. So that's probably the one, really. I felt that I needed to get that out, and I was really chuffed when I did. So hopefully that answers your question. And Big Mac Dan Skull has said, tea, coffee, or other. Now I tend to only drink. I don't drink sort of fizzy drinks, and I don't drink beer anymore. I haven't drunk since the second year of university in any serious quantity. I have I think the amount of beers that I've had, you could probably count on my two hands since in the past decade. It's a very rare occasion if I have a pint of beer. What I do drink is a lot of tea and coffee. Something that I tend to buy from the sandwich van that comes by work every day is banana milkshake, Yazoo banana milkshake. So the order of drinks, it's not just one that I prefer. So in terms of what I enjoy, it's going to be banana milkshake, then coffee, then tea. But what I actually drink the most of, because I'm trying to be health conscious, is actually decaf tea. I know, right? What a wuss. Don't drink not even any caffeine. The coffee, when I have my coffee, I have a shitload of sugar, and that hit of caffeine and sugar, it sorts me out, and it's really handy if you need it for an early morning. Right, and I think that is everybody. I apologise if I've missed anyone, but I think I got everyone that's on there. So let's have a see which one people thought was a lie. And again, any questions for this week, please leave them in the comments. It's very much appreciated, and I think 9 comments was absolutely brilliant. So thanks ever so much. Right, not really much else to say other than thanks everyone for watching. Look forward to reading your questions and seeing which one people thought was the lie, and I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.